Today on the TMZ Podcast.
Hello and welcome to the TMZ Podcast. I'm Charlie Cotton and joining me today is TMZ cop guy Dennis Broad. How are you, Dennis?
Good, Charlie. What a weekend.
What a weekend. You must have been working hard.
Yeah, there was a couple hours of intense work there.
Of course, Matthew Perry sadly passed away this weekend at 54. Just a tragic incident. Dennis is here because Dennis was instrumental in breaking the story. He'll give us a bit of behind the scenes and just tell us everything we know about the Matthew Perry situation. We'll also talk about Snow White, the Disney movie. There was so much backlash because the seven dwarves weren't seven dwarves that they've shelved the movie for a year and they're going to get back to redesigning what the dwarves should be.
It should be cut, just for the record. This is terrible.
Yes.
Yeah. I have a lot to say on this.
Okay, good.
A lot of unimportant things to say about this.
We'll also talk about Halloween stuff. There's was a big Halloween parties over the weekend. Kim Kardashian wins MVP of Halloween. Her house is spectacular.
By the way, not so fast. Don't forget what tomorrow is. Tomorrow's TMZ here, and that never disappoints.
Oh, tomorrow we all dress up. That could be...
I mean, it never disappoints. I have seen things here that just I can't unsee. They're so good.
It's some politically incorrect things from over the years just don't fly anymore.
No. But they are amazing.
They are. Okay, well, off the top, devastating news. Matthew Perry was found dead this weekend in his pool at his house.
In his jacuzzi.
In his jacuzzi. Dennis, you were pivotal in, getting the tip and confirming everything.
Someone else here got a tip, and
Okay.
then it got handed to me like, hey, I've got this, and I got to do my thing. So we were talking to law enforcement, fire, neighbors. We're talking to everybody. We're calling everybody, publicists. And it's just crazy. I mean, and it ended up being his assistant, went out, came back, and found him dead in the pool. Or, I'm sorry, dead in the jacuzzi. He went out, and we learned he played pickleball earlier that day.
Was this Saturday morning?
This is Saturday afternoon.
Okay.
I mean, the call came in about 4 p.m., little after 4 p.m. for the first call, and I believe it was for a water rescue, person not breathing, cardiac arrest.
At his house in
Beverly
Hills, Hollywood.
A Los Angeles area house.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so it was weird because he went and played pickleball for a couple hours that morning.
Yeah, I mean, I did not know he was a huge pickleball player. And in fact, we just broke a story this morning, or we put up a story talking about how pickleball helped him keep sober.
Right. Okay. So it's a very useful and
It's a very useful tool to, focus his energy into.
So it's so strange. He plays pickleball, he comes home, he sends his assistant out to get something.
Comes back and finds him, under the water. Basically.
Wow.
I mean, and listen, there's speculation. Was he back on drugs? Was he not? I mean, again, we know he has a history. He's written about it. It's no secret that, he has drugs and alcohol as a problem. And I mean, you don't know, was it something current or was it all the damage his body's accumulated? He wrote in his book that he almost died from a colon rupture.
Oh.
I mean, who knows? They did an autopsy yesterday, and that's inconclusive right now, and they're ordering toxicology, which takes anywhere from 3 to 6 months, if not longer.
But, it kind of been it wasn't sort of like a boozy, drug-filled night. And then
No.
It's like he went home from doing something quite healthy.
Yeah.
And then in the space of a couple hours, he was gone. And
No, there was no indication. I don't believe any illicit drugs were found. There were some prescription drugs that were found. I think antidepressants, I believe something for COPD, some problem breathing, and he was we know he was a smoker. So I'm not sure what any of this played into it. And I don't know how good it's sitting in a jacuzzi if you have health issues is for you.
Right. Well, I mean, it's terribly sad. And his family released a statement saying, "We're heartbroken by the tragic loss of our beloved son and brother. Matthew brought so much joy to the world, both as an actor and a friend. You all meant so much to him, and we appreciate the tremendous outpouring of love." We got video of his family coming to visit the home. His godfather was Keith Morrison.
Yeah, I mean,
I didn't know that. Is he from Dateline, Keith?
Yes, yeah. I mean, this is crazy. And listen, I've covered every death from Michael Jackson to Matthew Perry. And I think this is probably number 2 in my biggest deaths.
Really?
I mean, Michael Jackson, I don't think will ever, it'll be almost impossible to top that. Whitney Houston was a very big death, and so was Prince. But I think Matthew Perry has that effect of that's even bigger.
Yeah, it's so shocking, because he was so young and so beloved, Friends and everything he's done has been like such a fun programming, you know what I mean?
And it's interesting, Friends I'm 51 and it was my generation growing up, but I have a child who's 22 and he watched Friends on reruns. So I mean, it's not just one generation. It's on every day, still.
Yeah.
So it is affecting. It just has a huge effect.
Totally, and everyone's going back through like old interviews with him and that sort of stuff, trying to point at signs that we could have seen this coming.
I don't know that you can, again, because he doesn't look. I mean, he looks like a 54-year-old guy. He's gone up and down in weight. I mean, he doesn't look much different in the last couple of years. I think he's kind of maintained a steady.
Right.
So I think it's hard to say, oh, here's the smoking gun, if you will.
Yeah.
I don't know that there is one here.
Well, it's been an outpouring of love and support from just
very much so, and I haven't read anything negative.
Well,
yeah, take that back. There was one guy, who's trying to, trolling.
For some reason, there's this SNL like ex-writer for the show. His name's Kevin Brennan. And he was mocking Matthew Perry moments up. Like, what? This is a big story now because why would someone do that? And it wasn't even like a joke. It was kind of just like laughing.
I think he's just trolling. I mean, he's trolling. Now everyone knows who this guy is. I don't think anybody knew who he was prior to this.
He's just trying to get more numbers on his podcast?
Which is disgusting.
Jeez,
but there's always somebody who's going to do it. When there's a tragedy, there's jokes. Someone's going to do something.
Right.
I mean, tell me, you heard Michael Jackson jokes. You heard Princess Diana jokes.
But not like on the day.
I mean, and
it wasn't even a joke. This guy was like just going ha ha ha. Like I don't even want to repeat
no,
it. It's why?
I mean, this is someone's child.
Yeah.
This is someone's family. And again, he has done nothing but give people joy and been super, super open with his struggles that helps immense amounts of people.
Yeah.
Which I commend him for that, because how many celebrities do you and I know is that will never admit to they have an issue?
Yeah.
He was an open book about it, and he never had to be.
Well, open book is right. My wife, I don't read very much, but my wife just got done reading his autobiography and was blown away by like the stories he told and his openness. She was glued to his memoir for weeks because he was so honest, and his life story was so amazing. So yeah, God, it's so sad. What a tragic end to a great life, a great public life.
I mean, he had his struggles, but was a decent guy. I heard, talk to people, help people, and I've read many stories on the set of people. If someone is struggling, he's the first one to help them, welcome them.
Oh yeah, Hank Azaria said that.
Yeah, I believe you read that Hank Azaria said that he got him to his first AA meeting.
Yes.
Which, by the way, it can't be easy when you have an issue and problems, and good for Matthew for that.
Yeah, totally. Well, very, very sad news. Okay. On to our next story. Snow White is going to be taken back into the editing room, and all the shots of the 7 dwarves are going to be cut because they weren't 7 dwarves. When this casting came out and there was photos of Snow White and the 7 dwarves, there was so much backlash, and it's been enduring for so many months that they are now subtracting all of those actors and putting in CGI dwarves.
This is a disaster from the star. Forgive me, I don't recall her.
Rachel Zegler.
Yeah, right, for her saying, I was scared of the first movie. It was creepy. Disney denied that was the 7 dwarfs and had to backtrack saying, all right, it's them. And it's come on, it's a kid's fairy tale.
It is so calamitous, this whole movie, because you're right. Rachel Zegler, when she was asked about playing Snow White, she basically said, this ain't going to be that old Snow White who needed saving by the prince. This is going to be like a woman taking her power back. And everyone was turned off by the statement.
It's okay to have an old fairy tale once in a while. It's okay to have things. Not everything needs to be changed.
Right.
We're all adults. We know. We raise our kids and tell them, hey, this is not the real world. This is just a story. If Disney scrapped it, I wouldn't be surprised. I'd applaud him
at
for
this
that.
stage. Well, it has just gone through so many but they do redesign movies and they come out again. Remember that Sonic movie? How he had bad teeth or something. The Sonic did, and so they took it back, got him a new fresh set of dentures, and they put the movie out to great success. They always do this. The Super Mario movie, how they're like they didn't want the Italian accents to be too strong as to offend the Mario and Luigi accents.
I mean, go with what it is sometimes,
Right.
you know? Again, this wokeness is just destroying the movies. I mean, and this one, Snow White is just, hey, it's Snow White, update it, make it cool.
Right.
You know, I mean, once again, once you start talking political correctness with it, you lose half the audience anyway.
You lose half the audience.
Because they don't want to see it. They just want to be entertained.
I don't understand what they're trying
I
to
mean,
do.
are you going to take your kid to see this?
Probably, yeah.
I'm not.
I mean, you're just looking for things to do most of the time.
No, no, I'm taking a hard pass on this.
Oh, you're going to pass on this because of this whole controversy now.
I have no interest in seeing it, but what they keep doing and they just you can't move a movie to its true origins. Come on.
Right.
You know, it's Disney. It's going to have a happy ending. You know, it's a Disney movie.
It will have a happy ending. And I just like, I feel bad for sort of people, you know, Peter Dinklage is basically saying there are, you know, 7 people out there who would happily take that job.
Right.
I know of them. So why aren't you casting those people and instead either casting typical hype person or not casting anyone and just doing it with a computer? It's like those are sort of jobs that I guess the little people acting sort of community somewhat kind of like relies on and looks forward to.
Again, like you're ruining this. This movie could be so much fun. And again, if you have the right 7 dwarfs, if you will, the actors, you can have fun and make it an adult movie like a kid movie, like Aladdin was with Robin Williams. There was enough jokes in there for the adults that we didn't get bored out of our mind, and the kids loved it.
I loved the Robin Williams version.
I
didn't like sort of the Will Smith version of Aladdin though.
I didn't see it.
I don't like any of the modern things. I don't like Little Mermaid, like fell flat for me. Anything that's sort of like they're trying to do a new version of an old Disney cartoon, the Disney cartoon always wins.
Yeah, I mean, Aladdin was great. It was a great movie. It was one of my favorite Disney movies. You know, I can't tell you how many times I watched it with my child when he was young.
So good. But yeah, so now it'll be interesting to see what they do or if they maybe scrap this movie
I
altogether.
would start all over again.
You know, in the Wonka movie, they also didn't cast little people as the Munchkins either. Is it Munchkins?
Oompa Loompas.
Oompa Loompas. Oh,
Well,
Munchkin is the
Munchkin is
Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz.
Okay, but in the Wonka movie, they didn't cast. They cast Hugh Grant as the Oompa Loompa and just kind of like made him look shorter.
I didn't even watch that one. I watched the Johnny Depp one, and they had Deep Roy, who is a little person, and they cloned him basically.
Yes.
You know, there was just one.
But if you're going to clone someone, you may as well make it someone who's true to the character.
Again, why? Again, this political correctness and this just to be, it's terrible.
Yeah. Ruining movies, right, Dennis?
They are just, you know, what happened? Just entertainment. You know, it is what it is.
I like
Stop looking for a reason. There's just entertainment.
Okay, on to our final story. Halloween is here and celebrities are going all out. Particularly Kim Kardashian.
That was a crazy display.
She put on the most intricate, like delicately designed house display with she put casts on her hand and her kids' hands and, you know, the housekeeper's hands and anyone she knows, she put a little cast on their hand, took off the cast and then put in fake hands throughout the garden.
Listen, it's props to her. I like the more costumes. Let's get into people's costumes.
Do you like the costumes?
No, I like what's going on here. I mean, what do you think there's going to be more of? Is there going to be more Barbie or more Britney Spears?
Well, the thing is, with this whole SAG strike, you're not supposed to go as Barbie.
Ridiculous.
Because the actors are on strike, you're not supposed to go as anyone from any film, allegedly. Like, so says SAG.
So what are you supposed to go as?
I mean, you can go as Britney.
Yeah, well, Britney's been in movies. Sorry, I guess I can't go. She was in Austin Powers.
Well, don't go as that Britney. I think.
I can't go as the fembot Britney. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, you can't go as that. You can't go as Crossroads Britney.
You know what? I'm done.
Yeah, is that what you're planning on?
I was going to do half of me one, half of me the other, where I turn and it's, you know, a Britney, 2 Britneys.
Dennis, you could do Hit Me One More Time. Hit Me Baby One More Time, Britney.
I would look good in leather pants. I'm not going to lie.
You would, Dennis. You would.
Or is that the little schoolgirl skirt?
Yeah, yes, that is a schoolgirl skirt.
I don't know that I have the legs to pull it.
I don't know, Dennis.
I have the calves, but I don't know. I'm not shaving.
Oh man, if you came in with a mini skirt tomorrow. Well, Paris Hilton went as Britney. I think it's the airplane. She's looking like an air hostess.
Yeah,
What song is that? I don't even know what song that is.
I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't know the
cares?
Britney catalog, but I find it. I just want to know: are you going to have more Britneys, or are you going to have more Barbies? And what about the Taylor Swifts? How many Taylor Swifts are we?
Oh yeah, what era are you? What era?
I am the John Mayer one. I'm the Travis Cleese one. I mean, do you go by
Travis Kelce.
Kelsey? I'm sorry, Kelsey. Do you go by who she dated, or do you go by the years? I go by the who she dated.
Well, I mean, her fans go by like albums.
No,
what era? Are you the Red era?
No, I'm sorry. I'm going by who she dated and that attitude that she was there.
Are you dressing up tomorrow?
No, I'm just going as a miserable me.
A miserable you. So same as every day.
Exactly.
You're not gonna like do anything tomorrow, Dennis?
No.
Are you serious?
Dead serious.
Oh man.
It's okay.
Oh, that's disappointing.
Don't worry, it's okay. I can live with
Do
disappointment.
you usually not go as anything?
I've done things a couple of times. My favorite costume I ever came into was I wore a gigantic unicorn head and my coroner's jacket, and I was a unicorner. That was my favorite one.
A little bit of wordplay there. A little bit of that's good, Dennis.
Thanks.
Well, this Casamigos party on Saturday night, like where every celebrity dresses up, had just like the craziest. Like Justin Bieber was there, MGK, Megan Fox, Bill Maher, David Spade.
I mean, listen, props to these guys. They have the time, the money, and they definitely have fun, and they're not afraid to
They
go
have a
poke fun.
lot of fun. Kaya Gerber, Toby Maguire, Alessandra Ambrosi. I could read on all day. Tyga, Saweetie, Lauren Conrad, Charlotte McKinney. There's just like every celebrity goes to this Casamigos party. MGK and Megan Fox went as Kill Bill, which is one of those movies you're not supposed to dress up as. And also Megan posted a photo and tagged SAG in the photo.
By the way,
to say,
Kill Bill
F you.
is how many? Is that 20 years old now?
It's a stupid rule.
It's ridiculous. Who's? I don't know. It's not playing in a movie theater. Where am I? How am I promoting? Yeah,
they think because if you now have Kill Bill in your head, you're going to go look up the movie and download it or stream it, and then it's more money for the studios. So they're saying don't inspire people to go and look at these movies again. I don't.
I don't.
No.
By the way, and if I want to watch the movie, I'm going to watch the movie.
Yes.
Thank you.
I'm over it. I'm going as Coach Prime.
Nice.
You know Colorado Buffs?
Yes. Deion.
Deion Sanders.
I'm old enough to remember when he played both sports, man. That guy was amazing.
I know. I'm a big Colorado Buffs fan, so I just thought.
I'm just the only guy that can ever, instead of being cocky and arrogant, it came off as cool. He's the only guy that can ever back what he said.
Hey, and that's so much like me, huh?
Yeah, sitting next to you, yes, sir.
So it's perfect. Okay, thanks for joining me today, Dennis.
It's my pleasure. By the way, one last thing. As costumes,
okay.
I cannot wait to see all the pictures from the West Hollywood, Halloween party.
Why is that?
There's thousands upon
thousands. They go crazy, huh?
Oh, crazy. The costumes are going to be amazing.
Yeah, the Halloween on that street when they shut down the street and they go wild in West Hollywood.
It's eye candy for everybody.
That's the mecca of Hollywood,
It is.
of Halloween.
It's old school. It's so much fun. I have never been there, but I like to look from afar.
I want to see you there as Britney Spears' baby woman.
I will be sleeping because I get up way too early to be partying.
Okay, well, thank you for joining me, Dennis, and we'll see you guys here tomorrow. Bye.